In this video, I'm going to go over a guide to what the teacher's view of the ASAP system will be, and also look at some of the common functions for teachers in our system. So this is the login page. What you'll want to do is bookmark the URL that you see here. So admin.asapconnected.com will take you to the login page. You'll then be asked first for your organization ID number. If you don't know it, you can ask your administrator to provide that for you. Then you'll be prompted to enter your email as well as your password. If you, for some reason, don't know your password or forgot it, you can always click on Need Help Logging In to get your password reset. Once you're logged into the system, it's going to be pretty bare for an instructor, but you'll see on the left is our left navigation. So if you want to search for students or look at classes you're teaching, things like that, you can click on the left navigation. For instructors, typically you'll want to go to where it says welcome, your name, and then click on my profile, and that will bring you to where you can see the current private lessons that you're teaching, if you are teaching any lessons, as well as classes. And if you click on the collapse sidebar on the left, that'll allow you to see more information. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and click on maybe this biology class in particular, and that will take me to the class detail page, where I can see the enrollments, in other words, the roster of students that I'm teaching. And then it's the same thing for private lessons. If I go back to my profile and look at the private lessons that I am teaching here, I can click on where it says like 5 of 5, 0 of 5 lessons, and that will take me to a single private lesson enrollment. So here I can see I'm teaching a private lesson to Jill Joseph. There's only one scheduled meeting for June 30th at the moment. You'll also notice sometimes there will be an unscheduled tab where you can see if there's any lessons that don't have a specific date assigned to them yet. And if I wanted to, I could also click on the ellipsis here to take attendance. And if I went back to the class page, let me go back to my profile, look at classes, in the ellipsis there is, right here down below the second ellipsis, you can also take attendance from a class page right here. Now let me take a step back. I'm going to go to my profile and show you how the attendance page looks going from my profile page. So this is the fastest way to go and start taking attendance, is if you log in and as your instructor, you go to my profile, and then in the ellipsis over here, we have take attendance for private lessons, and then also take attendance for group classes. So let's take a look at taking attendance for private lessons. You'll notice that there's a date range at the top, so I can look at maybe a week back, hit search, and then you'll be able to see the meeting date and time, as well as the name of the student. And then to take attendance, you click on the drop-down box. These are our 4 default attendance options. One is where both instructor and student was present. One is for instructor was absent, but then you can add a makeup lesson. The third one is for marking that a student is absent and it's excused, you can add a makeup lesson. And then the last one is if the student is absent and it's unexcused. So once you select the attendance, you can do this for multiple students. You can then hit save on the upper right, and that'll give you the confirmation that attendance was saved successfully at the top. Now if I go back to my profile page and take attendance for classes, I can click on the ellipsis and go to the last option, take attendance for group classes. And now I can see it defaults today's date, but I can see that there's this biology class that I have that I'm teaching. And so I have about 8 or so students here. I can click on the green checkbox to mark them as being present, or the X for marking them as being absent. Next, I want to look at how to communicate with your students. So if I go back to my profile, for instance, if I need to go into maybe a private lesson with Jill, I can click on 5 of 5. If you click on their email, so Jill's email is on the left side here, that will pop up a compose email window. So you could also CC any other recipients and then type in the subject, the message, if you have any attachments, and then you can send the message to the student. If I go into my profile again page, I can go to classes, and let's look at this biology class here. So not in this top ellipsis, but in this second one down, you will see the option to message students. So you can email all the students within this biology class. You'll see at the top 8 recipients. And then also, again, you can type in the subject and the message and attachments, if any. And we also have templates, if that's set up in your system.